This car should not exist. The Lamborghini Diablo SV is what happens when engineers ignore logic, accountants, and basic survival instincts and instead decide to build a fire-breathing V12 wedge designed to terrify absolutely everyone, including the person who bought it. Because this wasn't just another 1990s supercar, this was Lamborghini doing what Lamborghini does best, ignoring logic, science, safety standards, and basic human survival, and building a machine specifically designed to scare the trousers off anyone foolish enough to sit behind the wheel. The Diablo SV was supposed to be the simpler and slightly more focused version of the regular Diablo, but this is Lamborghini, so naturally that meant giving it more power, less refinement, and absolutely no regard for your spine, hearing, or future medical bills. Under that stupidly dramatic rear deck lid sat a 5.7-litre V12. Not a gentle V12, not a polite V12. This thing was a mechanical act of violence. 510 horsepower in the 90s, which at the time was the equivalent of strapping yourself to a medieval catapult and hoping for the best. And the way it delivered that power was, well, biblical. No turbos, no computers, no clever torque management. Just 12 angry Italian cylinders screaming like a choir of metal banshees while trying to rotate the earth in the opposite direction. You didn't drive a Diablo SV, you clung to it like a tourist clinging to a runaway camel. The throttle pedal wasn't a control, it was a dare. And then there was the way it looked. Good lord. The Diablo SV didn't have lines, it had weaponized geometry, sharp creases, absurd intakes, a wing big enough to cast a solar eclipse. It looked like the designers were told to build a car that could also double as a knife. Everywhere it went, people stared. Not because it was pretty, but because it looked like it had escaped from a volcano and might erupt again at any moment. Inside, the experience continued. Visibility? Zero. Ergonomics? Don't be ridiculous. Air conditioning? Technically yes, but only in the same way that technically the Titanic floated. Everything about the SV was slightly wrong. Pedals offset like they were installed by a drunk plumber, steering heavier than guilt, and a gear shift that felt like you were trying to push a metal rod through a bowl of concrete. But none of that mattered, because once you pointed it at a stretch of empty road and opened the taps, goodbye sanity. The Diablo SV surged forward with the grace of an avalanche. It didn't build speed, it attacked it. The front end went light, the rear squirmed, and the whole car vibrated like a caffeinated washing machine. And yet, there was a kind of purity here, a rawness, a sense that every single component was connected directly to your fear response. Modern supercars are fast, very fast, but they're also safe, predictable, clever. The Diablo SV is none of those things.